I live in northern Wisconsin. We have a short growing season up here, and it's a pretty big challenge for me because I want to grow as much food as I can on our land and eventually get to the point where I'm growing all of my own food. So this is the first year of the homestead, and I've been really focusing on season extension. I have a couple different kinds of greenhouses, a lot of cold frames, both with different types of plastic, and one of these greenhouses is this cattle panel greenhouse that I built in my chicken run. The plan for this is to pile up all of our food scraps that we get from our local grocery store, put them all in here, a bunch of leaves from the woods surrounding us, and let our chickens grow through this in the winter and give them a warm place to go and still forage for some food. And we were also kind of toying with the idea of putting some raised beds in here or something and trying to grow food. I recently got a comment on one of my videos from Scott Slinger. He suggested possibly putting cold frames in a greenhouse to extend our season even further, and Elliot Coleman put a low tunnel and a high tunnel and was able to get greens year-round in Maine. So that's what we're going to be doing today. My brother and I, we're going to build a couple cold frames, get them in this greenhouse, get them filled up and planted, and I'm going to get some thermometers out here and document the temperatures inside the greenhouse, inside the cold frames, and see how far into the winter I can get produce out of these cold frames. Okay, I got both of the cold frames built, got them in this greenhouse, got them filled up with soil and compost, and got them planted. One I filled all with carrots, and then this other one's half carrots with some spinach and some radish rows. I just put out some thermometers. I'm gonna put one in the cold frame in this greenhouse, and in my A-frame greenhouse in my garden. I had this thermometer at the top of this cattle panel greenhouse while I was filling up and planting these cold frames, and it's 96 degrees in here. And the doors are open, so this greenhouse is working really well. And I'm really excited to see what the temperature readings are inside the cold frames inside this greenhouse. It's about 60 degrees outside right now, so it's 35 degrees warmer in this greenhouse. And there's also going to be a bunch of food waste piled up in here from our local grocery store with leaves, and the chickens are gonna go through it, turn it into compost. So hopefully that adds some heat. And with that heat being in this greenhouse with these cold frames leads to some warm temperatures, and I can get food well into the winter months, maybe even year round. We'll see, but I'm gonna be recording everything every step of the way. I'm gonna be trying to push the limits on our growing season and try to extend it to the max and see how far into the winter months I can get fresh produce.